All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Thursday. Is it Thursday? What's Kriss doing on a Thursday in a bear market? Kriss is here. We're trying to figure out what's going on with Doge, with Bitcoin. Is there recovery or not? And right now it's kind of meh. So yesterday was a big day. We had a big drop across crypto. Bitcoin was up here at 67K, and we thought that maybe it was just going to hang around there for a while, and it dropped all the way down to 61.4 on the dip for Bitcoin, recovered up to 64.4, and then overnight and early this morning came back down into the 62s, now hanging out in the mid 63s. So no big V-shaped recovery. That the V-shaped recovery would have done something like this, and that didn't happen. So why didn't Bitcoin come back up to 67? That would have been the logical thing to do on a big sell-off event like this. Typically, we would see that, but we didn't. But it wasn't just Bitcoin. I mean, Dogecoin as well. Doge was up here at 9.5, and we were talking about 9.5-cent Doge. And I talked about this 9-cent line for Dogecoin, 9-cent line, and how it's a magnet and it just sucks Dogecoin right to it. And the Dogecoin price didn't fail to hit 9 cents, bounced off it, and then because Bitcoin was dropping so fast, Doge went down lower. And during the basketball game that I had on in the background there, I was buying Dogecoin. Now, I said June 5th. This was the night of June 3rd. I had CoinGlass on. The pinger was going off. And with the pinger going off, ding, 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 I was like, this is a liquidation event. This is something I should be buying. And so I bought Dogecoin. And I talked about it in the video I made this morning, if you saw that. So I bought a bunch of Dogecoin. And I posted it here, right here last night. First, I said, busy buying Dogecoin in the mid-8s on these dips. And that's what I was ready to do there, buying Dogecoin on the mid-8s. So I tweeted that. And then I did my buying. And this is what I got here was Dogecoin at, these are 50,000 Dogecoin buys, 50,000 Doge, 50,000. And it's nice of Coinbase to throw in these extra because I just put in 50,000 and it gave me 50,186, 50,154, and 50,190. I don't know why Coinbase gives you those extra Doge. I typed in 50,000. It should have just given me 50,000. I mean, that's what Robinhood does, right? Robinhood says, hey, if you're going to type in 50,000, we'll give you 50,000. But Coinbase threw in these extra, whatever, okay. 876, 875, 869, and then 866. So these are 4 consecutive buys at 10:02, 10:02, 10:03, 10:03, because this wick was going down. The wick was going down. This is this green little circle that I make. This is the average. This is my average. So I actually 866 came all the way down to here. So I almost got the bottom with that 866. Almost got it. But this is why I don't just go buy 200,000. because I would have bought 200,000 at 876. So I break it up, and the price was still going down while I was buying. So, I made out on that deal. So there's 200,000 Dogecoin that Kriss bought. Yeah, Jason, you responded to this post. Kriss is back in the game. Yes. Now, I've always had Doge. It just added 200,000 back that I sold back up at 30 some odd cents, or even the 42-cent Doge. You could say this is rebuying that. 42-cent Doge in the 8s. Something like that. But that's what I'm doing. So that's what I did last night. And then it was like, okay, now what is going to happen in the market? And Doge came right back up over 9 cents, 9.10, 9.11, 9.12. And I was like, okay, I think this is going to be this nice little, V-shaped recovery. And we're back up to 9.3. Nope, didn't happen. Right there, that's as far as we got. And Doge came back down into the 8s. So why did that happen? We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that. Dogecoin, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's kind of going sideways right now in the 63s. Ethereum, 1760. Algorand going sideways, 10 cents. Cardano is dying. I hope you guys don't hold any ADA tokens. I really hope you don't. Hoskinson says he's taking a break or leaving or so. I don't know what the guy's doing. He's saying nobody's listening to him, and it's like, of course, nobody's going to listen to you. I hope you guys don't have any of this, because this is ADA Cardano it's falling off the table. I mean, really, this is a falling knife now. Last night I posted that this is the lowest price that Cardano has been since late 2020, and now it's falling even lower. So I hope you guys don't have any of this. This is not good. Not good for Cardano. I rode Cardano up quite a bit from like 25 cents to $1 last cycle, as I made a 4X on it and I sold it all. I think there's some little bit left that was stuck in because I had it staked, and when I unstaked it, I said all. This is another Coinbase thing. I said unstake it all, and there was still some left that didn't unstake. And maybe it's because, I don't know, it's in the middle of something when you click unstake, and they're still going to give you some more that you haven't received yet. So I still have some on Coinbase that's staked. It's like dust. It's like Cardano dust that I have, something like that. But I'm not buying this stuff again. Not buying this stuff again. So yeah. But it's all across crypto. Everything's pretty much doing the same thing. Even Hyperliquid, Hype. Even Hype pulled back from all-time highs. And it's going sideways at 66. It was up here almost 76 on Wednesday. Now it's at 66. So it's had an 11% pullback. And Arthur Hayes sold his whole position after he was pumping it for a week. He sold. Whatever. But I didn't buy any of this. I didn't have any of this. But this was the one crypto that was actually going up while everything else was going down, was Hype. And now Hype is starting to drop. So we'll be watching how far Hype drops here, and we'll be watching on the Coin Market Cap top cryptos as Dogecoin's number 10, Hyperliquid's number 9. Is Dogecoin now gonna catch back up to Hyperliquid? So we'll be watching that. That's just a fun thing that I do. It's just one of those things. It's one of those things that I do. Okay, let me drop here in the corner and let me get down to the news here of the day. What's going on? Is there going to be a recovery? Why didn't this come back? So we start with this. Bitcoin falls to 63. Ethereum, XRP, Dogecoin slide 4% on a $400 billion AI capital rotation. $400 billion AI capital rotation. See, this is what I've been saying, guys. This is what I've been saying from the middle of May until now. This is what's happening. It has nothing to do with Michael Saylor selling 32 Bitcoins for strategy and the stretch thing and all of that. I mean, does that throw a little more FUD into the crypto market? Maybe. Some people are, I mean, anytime anyone is saying anything negative about crypto, I guess there are people who do respond to that. So maybe it has some effect. So I won't say it's absolutely not. It's a little bit. But this is more what I've been seeing. And principally, it's been the Bitcoin ETFs. IBIT, the big BlackRock thing, the Fidelity and others. Because what's happening is those that had large positions saw Bitcoin go up in May, in the middle of May, but saw the stocks doing better than Bitcoin. And so when Bitcoin turned around and started going back down, and the whole thing about the 4-year cycle and the summers and all of that, they're like, yeah, I'm not gonna stick around here. And there's been selling, and there's been mass selling for 3 weeks now of the Bitcoin ETF outflows every day because they're rotating into AI and tech stocks. That's where the money's going. AI and tech stocks. And I've been saying that for a couple weeks. You guys have heard me talk about that. That's what's going on. Now, I do my stock swing trading. I did another one today, very successful swing trade today. With Broadcom today was my swing trade, and watching Meggle. Who's the Meggle fan? We're watching Meggle here after market and seeing whether this is a thing up to $1.32 now. So it's up $1.38 now. So watching Meggle after market. Just one of those things. If this starts moving, I'll have to take a little break and do my I signed up for the SpaceX IPO on Robinhood, Jason. I'll talk about that. Meggle's moving up to $1.40. Hold on, guys. I got to do something here. Oh no, it just dropped to $1.25. Is this going to be something or not? I don't know. But I do have to set a limit order. Trade, sell, limit order. All right, here we go. We'll see whether the Meggle hits. We'll see whether the Meggle hits. Okay, I'm going to throw this back over to the side. I can talk my swing trade later. We want to get into this AI capital rotation. That's really what it is. It's been and of course the liquidations, right? And I do have the pinger on in the background. If we start hearing a lot of pinging again, we'll look at the liquidations happening. Billions of dollars have been liquidated again out of the crypto market. So, oops, we lost my thing. Hold on. I clicked something I shouldn't click. My own fault. Totally my fault. Hold on. I got to get my, no, I don't want that. Layouts. I got to get my screen back. Clicked something I shouldn't have clicked. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Now I'm back in the corner. Here I am. All good. All good, baby. All good. Meggle. My order is partially executed. I wonder how many it sold. Not a lot. Oh, there it is. It's all sold. All right. I sold Meggle. Meggle's going to run higher now. Whoever's in Meggle, it's running up to $1.43, $1.47. These are the moments we wait for Meggle. Who's the guy in the chat who usually has Meggle, talks about Meggle? It's running now. Meggle. It's on the move. Yes. Yeah, Bruce. It's on the move. Meggle. This is my fun little swing trade. It just every once in a while, usually after market, it starts moving and you start getting some volume and you can actually do a trade. So I was able to trade and I ended up with a profit. I'll have to do the calculation of what the actual profit was on my trade. But yes, Meggle's moving right now. So anybody who has Meggle, time to sell. $1.45, $1.50, and then you buy back in at $1.10. You rinse and repeat, because Meggle will do that again, but it's running now. Maybe I sold a little early. It's up higher now than what I sold at, but that's okay. When you swing trade, you can't think like that. You can't think like that. So that's a thing that's going on. So here was like Financial Times says Bitcoin tumbles after strategy sale unnerves crypto traders. And like I said, I think there's something to that. I think that's part of what is going on. Part of what is going on is that, but I don't think that's the big thing. I don't think that's the really big thing. The real big thing is the rotation. Exactly, Toss. Rotation out of crypto into AI stocks, AI stock rotation into SpaceX IPO. SpaceX IPO will dump, and then the great rotation into Doge. I like your thinking. I like your thinking, Toss, because you know what's going to happen. I think it's a week from tomorrow. I think it's a week from tomorrow is the SpaceX IPO. On Robinhood, I applied. So you have to apply and you get like a bid. And this is part of my stock swing trading account of Doge and crypto that I'm not planning on buying till July or August. It's in the later months in the summer, because I did my June buy and now I'm good. Now we'll go July, we'll go August. Yeah, Meggle's kind of crazy right now. It's coming back down to $1.25. Yeah, I see that. I see that, Bruce. So yeah, I didn't know about AI crypto. Some Fox. I don't really follow those like Fetch or Tau. I've done swing trades of both of them before, but I didn't know if that was really going to be a thing this bear market or not. So I wasn't really trading that or following that closely on the AI crypto. But yes, Megal, finally, Megal. And it's like once a month. It's like once a month, you have to be patient and wait for the month to happen for Megal to run. So I booked my profit and now I wait for it to settle and go back down and I'll buy back in again. I just do 5,000 shares and it'll go back down near $1 and I'll buy 5,000 shares again. It's just free money. Every month it's free money. Just Megal, check. It's just what it does. Near going up, fetch isn't moving. Yeah, near was the play, wasn't it? It was near. But then Arthur Hayes sold all his near as well. Michael Vanderpop was talking about near protocol. Like that's a good play. And I'm just like, it's a bear market. You don't know which ones are actually going up during a bear market or not. And so I just stayed away completely. Because you don't know out of hype and near and Zcash, like what else really moved out of the millions of cryptos. So it's a low percentage play. So I just stayed on the sidelines and I did my stock swing trading. Is how I played it. So this strategy sale, is this a big deal or not? Well, right now, the big challenge here is stretch. Stretch is supposed to be $100 and it's supposed to be pegged to 100 and it's down at like 94. So it's kind of depegged a bit. And Michael Saylor said, if they increase the dividend, the stretch will get bought back up and it'll come back up to 100. But how can they increase the dividend? They had to sell Bitcoin in order to have the money to pay the dividend last month. That's not a winning strategy for strategy B or MicroStrategy. It's not a winning strategy. Did Michael Saylor really just F up the whole thing? If he had just kept Bitcoin reserve and just not got into all this preferred stock and dividend crap, or is he smarter than all of us and this is just a temporary thing and in the long run he's going to win big time? I don't know. He's $10 billion underwater right now on his Bitcoin. $10 billion in the red. Tom Lee is like $10 billion in the red on his ETH as well for Bitmine. Between the two of them, it's like, guys, you didn't do this right. Why were you buying? Why were you buying up at the highs? It's like, no, you don't. And actually, if you did a successful swing trade, you would have sold up there and bought low. But you were like, oh, Tom Lee is like, and month after month after month, he's been talking about, oh, ETH to 10,000, ETH to 10,000. And it's just like, yeah, will CZ sniff out a DPEG? Exactly, Capo. Because you guys know what happened to Terra Luna, right? Who was behind that? Who was behind Terra Luna? You know it was CZ. You know it was. You know it was. I'm so glad I didn't get into that mess. Now, I think Jane Street helped, but it was CZ who was behind it. CZ and Dogecoin had been doing some like online Twitter battle or something, and Dogecoin is like, aren't I the best thing in the world? Because Mike Novogratz and others were like all over Luna, and like Luna was the God's end, like to all crypto, the best, the best, the best. And I was like, I'm not touching this shit. I'm not touching any of it. But you got to ask, is Michael Saylor now doing something with Bitcoin he shouldn't be doing? Because this is not, it's not good. It's not a good look. Not a good look. So we got that. We got our good friend Ben Cowan. Ben was on live last night. I was not watching him live because I was busy doing my trading and posting. So I wasn't watching Ben. I got up this morning and I saw that there was this live stream that Ben did last night. I watched a little bit of it just to see what the flavor of what he was talking about. But he was covering what was going on. I was trading it. I was buying on the dip. That's what I was doing. I wasn't live while it was going on because you can't trade when you're live. There's too much going on. Plus, I had just been live earlier in the evening. So, but Ben says the people worth listening to in the next bull market are the ones who did not abandon you in the bear, which is my message to you. Who is here consistently in the bear market? There's not a lot of us. There's not a lot of us. From Coin Bureau, Ben into the Cryptoverse, Robbie and the Digital Asset News. CT's off. He's doing other stuff. He's dipping his toes in every once in a while, but he's doing other stuff. And of course, Ivan on Tech continuing to do. He was off for a little while, but he was traveling and doing things. He's continuous. And Ran, of course, Ran's here, but so is Kriss Pax, consistently here. So what's going to happen next bull market? Next bull market, the price is going to start going up, and then you're going to get all these new influencers coming in that weren't here, that were not here during the bear market. So what do they know? Same thing happened last cycle, because I know some of you guys were here with me. 2022, 2023. Man, this was like a ghost town here. It was, and I appreciate all of you that were here. But as I have consistently said, the money is made in the bear market. In the bear market, the money is made. Now, you're not cashing out in the bear market, but you're buying in the bear market. You're buying the dips. You're buying the lows, the bear market bottoms, because you're not going to get exactly the bottom, but you're buying the bottoms. So when the next bull market comes, you're not chasing the FOMO like everybody else coming in. When's a good time to buy? You know, as Dogecoin's going up to 20 cents and 30 cents and 4. When's a good time to buy? A good time to buy is in the summer of 2026. That's when the good time to buy is. And that's where we are now. I'm not buying 30-cent Dogecoin. I'm just not. I don't know what Doge is going to do next cycle. It could go to $1. It could go to 60. We have no idea. But I'm not buying at 30. I'm buying 8-cent Doge. So the money is made in the bear market. Sir Doge of the Coin posts this. What's going on with crypto? Right? The kitten account says, what's going on with crypto? It's like, don't worry, kitten. Don't worry. Okay, yay. Don't have to worry. Are you worried? Is anybody worried here? I'm not worried. I'm not worried. There's a risk, of course. There's always a risk. It's crypto, right? There's a risk. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. And over the summer, I'm going to allocate big back into crypto. I'm going to have millions of Dogecoin again. And we're going to do it all again. That's what I'm doing. Is Dogecoin definitely going back? We don't know that. But I'd say the odds are pretty good. And that's worth buying some. Bark says, look, crypto is ugly right now. And it is. Crypto is ugly right now. Most people are ready to walk away. nearly every single person who made life-changing money in crypto held through multiple moments like this. Last night was a flush. Not only was it flushing leverage trades, but it was flushing out paper hands. It was flushing out fear. People who are afraid were selling. I've had it with this shit, right? And you sell. And it's just like, dude, you're not going to make it. You're just not going to make it. If you're doing that, you're not going to make it. But price goes down. You don't have to be happy about it. You just can't quit. You just can't quit. Do you know why? Because that's how you get rich. That's how you get rich. Why is Kriss sitting in a house in Florida now, all paid for, cash, and still has a lot of money to invest back in the market? Because that's what I did. That's what I did last cycle. When there was blood in the streets, I was buying. FTX declared bankruptcy. Bitcoin went down to 15.6. And I was like, now is the time to buy. So what do we do in this cycle? It's June 4th. We're at the beginning of the summer. We got a long summer ahead of us. We don't know what crypto is going to do through the rest of the summer. We don't know if it's going to go lower. We don't know if it's going to tread sideways or it's going to go higher or a little bit of all. We don't know. Dollar cost average. Jason's got it right. He just buys every day. Just a little buy every day. It doesn't matter. Whatever the price is, just keeps buying. Some do weekly. Some are like Quick Draw and are never going to have Dogecoin because they think Dogecoin's going to a penny. And so they're going to wait until Dogecoin goes to a penny. It's not going to a penny. It's not going to a penny, dude. If it does, hey, I'll applaud you and I'll give you all the credit in the world. But in Chris Pax's opinion, Dogecoin's not going back to a penny. Not happening. Toss is not worried. 3 cycles in, walk in the park. That's right. Walk in the park. Happy time to accumulate. All is well. Thank you, Danny. All is well. Doge is not even dipping much. Well, Jose, man, if you buy Doge at 8 cents and it goes to 32 cents, you've 4x'd your money in 2 years. 4x. You're saying that isn't good money? That's not making money? That's making money. A 4x is making money in 2 years? Come on. Last night I bought Dogecoin. That's it. Now I bought some Pepe. I got some Pepe too. I forgot. Because I had ETH on Uniswap. And I swapped for Pepe on Uniswap. So I now have like 2 point some odd billion Pepe from my 4 ETH. So I'm in the Pepe business on Uniswap. I wasn't doing sheep. But when Pepe hit 3, I was like, okay, I'm going to get. Yeah, I got 8.6 cents this time. 5 cents will be better, but we don't know if it's going there. And 1 cent is almost an impossibility. So we don't know. But here Pepe at 3 is the lowest Pepe has been since all the way back here. February 2024 was the last time Pepe was at 0.00003. And I had some ETH on Uniswap. I was waiting for another token, seeing what was going on with it. And I just said, what the hell? Pepe hit my buy zone, and so I swapped for Pepe. So I now have 2 point some odd billion Pepe at 3. Will Pepe go lower? Well, it did this morning, a little bit. But overall, I mean, it was ETH. I already had the ETH. The ETH was going down. So it was a swap. So it didn't cost me anything different. ETH for Pepe. So I did that. That was the thing. Just keeping you guys up to date on everything I'm doing. So Peter Schiff, meanwhile, Bitcoin, right, found some short-term support around 61K. Now, Peter thinks Bitcoin's going to 20K. 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 And Peter Schiff also responded to me. I don't know if you guys saw this. You have to follow me on X. You have to follow me on X because last night Peter Schiff was like, at the current price, Bitcoin is actually trading below the peak it first hit in April 2021. That's over 5 years ago. So over the past 5 years and 2 months, the total return has been negative. And I said, cherry picking dates is not a good look, Peter. Because the last 5 years and 2 months, Bitcoin is negative. Again, cherry picking dates, not good. You can also say, well, between May of 2021 and today, Dogecoin is down X%. Were you buying Dogecoin at 60 and 70 cents? That's the only way it would matter if you were actually buying at the time. But Peter responded to me. Mr. Peter Schiff responded to Kriss and said, I guess you can just wait until Bitcoin is back below 20,000. Then the dates will be irrelevant. So there he is. So there's Peter, like on his high horse, right? Yeah, Bitcoin's going to 20K. And I responded and said, we shall see, Peter, we shall see. Right, just keeping it cool. It's Peter Schiff, he's kind of a big guy. But it was nice. He responded to me. Mr. Peter Schiff. But it's like, yeah, the whole cherry picking dates thing, that doesn't work for me because I don't buy at the highs. I buy on the lows. And last night we had a low, so I bought. That's how to make money in this game. Peter. Meanwhile, Ted Pillows is like, Bitcoin needs to break out of the downtrend parabola. Yeah, look at that, the big parabola. And of course, somebody added a little more to it and made it kind of graphic. But, it's Twitter, right? It's Twitter. It's like one of those things. It's not a good look. And if you look at that, if you look at how the speed and the acceleration of Bitcoin, the speed and acceleration of Bitcoin down is not a good look. That is tough. And of course, you guys know I made a Bitcoin price prediction. Weeks ago, when Bitcoin was up here at 80,000. Yes, when Bitcoin was up at, for those that don't know and haven't already heard, I know those who are regulars here will hear this again, but here we were. Bitcoin had topped up at 82.7, came back up and came up to 81. This was 81,200 or so when we were live. This was during a live stream. And I said, guys, this is what Bitcoin's probably going to do. And I drew this white sketch coming all the way back down into the low 60s. And some of you didn't like it. I'm like, guys, this is bear market stuff. This is what you expect. This was clearly a bear flag, which I called starting in like early March. I was like, this is a bear flag. So, so this was my prediction. It accelerated. Bitcoin accelerated. Now, did it accelerate because of Michael Saylor and strategy and all of that? Did it accelerate because of the whole AI play? That because tech stocks are going crazy and tons of money are being made there? All of that. I think all of that is in play. Plus, the whole sell in May, go away thing applied to crypto big time this year. Stocks are still doing all right. Stocks are still up. Because you look at Bitcoin, right, in this big drop since May 6th, May 7th, right? You see this big parabolic drop. And then you look at like the S&P 500 and you're like, whoa. S&P 500 went up the other way during that same time. So if you held Bitcoin, you lost on paper. But if you held your stocks, it went up. So that's where the money was. And so we had the rotation, which accelerated the selling of Bitcoin. And money just kept flowing back into stocks, and particularly the big tech stocks. That's what's been going on. Kind of crazy, huh? Kind of crazy. So we can look at rainbow charts. And if you look at the updated Bitcoin rainbow chart, Bitcoin is dropping off the chart right now. It's dropping off the rainbow chart, which means that's a good time to buy if you're buying Bitcoin. Personally, I'm not buying any Bitcoin. I want to hold Bitcoin. And I'm guessing in 2 years, I'm going to be holding Bitcoin. But I'm going to be trading Doge for Bitcoin. I'm going to swap it directly on Coinbase. Doge for Bitcoin. Because there's a trading pair there. And so you save on fees just doing one direct. And what I'm waiting for is, and you guys who are regulars have seen this before, those who haven't been here so regularly, it's this. This is the Doge versus Bitcoin chart. It used to be up here at 24. It came all the way close to 12. My prediction for the summer was it was going to hit 12 again. Right now it's at 14. I'm going to buy more Doge later this summer. Most likely, we're going to see Doge pull back while Bitcoin might be going sideways. But right now, there's a lot of Bitcoin. But right now, there's a lot of Bitcoin selling going on, and Bitcoin is doing worse than Doge. Doge is outperforming Bitcoin right now. That's what's happening. The selling's happening more in Bitcoin than Doge. And we see that as well with Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is coming down. You started seeing these crypto Twitter, alt season, huge run. It's like, no, it's just Bitcoin on this pullback is selling harder than most alts. That's all this says. Now you've got a few going up like Hype and Near and Zcash. And yeah, there's some pretty big projects that were going up while this is going down. So you do have some of that. But yeah, look at that, huh, Jason? Bitcoin dominance just took a nosedive yesterday and the day before. I mean, it's been a few days of this, right? This is a daily chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days in a row. 10 days in a row of alts outperforming Bitcoin on the Bitcoin dominance chart. But this doesn't mean it's alt season. This is just the offloading of Bitcoin and more Bitcoin selling than you had than other cryptos, because other cryptos were going down too. If you look at the total crypto market cap, it's been dropping. Like I said, there's only been a few that have actually been going up. Everything else has been going down. By the daily chart, that buy looks pretty good here from last night. It's on a wick. That looks like a pretty good buy on the wick, on the daily. Look at that. I hadn't seen that before on the actual on the daily chart. That's pretty good. I got close to the bottom there. Yeely, how you doing? You want to look at SWE? SWE fell off the table, dude. SWE is not looking good. Now, SWE, the blockchain stopped last week. The SWE blockchain stopped. That didn't help. And so on the daily chart, SWE had been going up and getting a lot of pumpage. And then like right around here last week, the SWE blockchain stopped. And SWE has just been selling off. Now it's 78 cents. 78 cents for SWE. If we zoom out, we'll find that SWE was last at 78 cents here in September 2024. September 2024 was the last time SWE was at this price before the big run up to $5. $5. And now it's 78 cents. So it's come all the way back down. I don't think SWE is going to hit $5 again. So, yeah. Did I buy any SWE? No. Later in the summer, I may buy some. I don't know where this is all going to go this summer for crypto. All I bought was Dogecoin, and I did a swap for Pepe last night. That's it. That's all I did. We also have Bitcoin with total supply and loss. That means now more than half of all Bitcoin in circulation is now held in an unrealized loss. Unrealized loss. So more people hold Bitcoin at a loss than hold Bitcoin at a gain. And we're looking all the way back 15 years when all that Bitcoin that was bought before is now half. Less than half of all of the Bitcoin that is presently held, because so many people were buying up here when Bitcoin was at 100K. And if you bought Bitcoin at 100K, yeah, you're in a loss, including Michael Saylor and Strategy. All that Bitcoin they bought up here. It's like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? It'll turn around. Next bull cycle, it'll turn back around. It always does. Meanwhile, Dogecoin, Pennybag says, look, quick market update on Doge, right? The price, 8.7 cents. 24-hour volume, 1.3 billion. Market cap, 13.5 billion. That's the volume of a top 15 asset at a mean discount. Liquidity doesn't lie. The bid is there at 8.7 cents. And so there we have number 10 cryptocurrency. Technically 8.8 cents right now for Dogecoin. And Doge is actually holding up pretty well. It's holding up better than Bitcoin. Doge is holding up better than Bitcoin through the last few days. But I bought Doge on the dip, because I think Doge will outperform Bitcoin for the first half of the bull market. We also have Tesla Doge is like, this was the old one from 10 cents, but everyone will line up to buy Doge at $1. The FOMO will kick in, and you will see, Because it's not happening right now. The only people buying Doge right now are the regulars. The people who are already in Doge are the ones who are topping off, buying more. Like Kriss packs. And the regulars like Jason and Ryan and others, right? That just do regular buys. How much Doge did I buy? I bought 4 lots of 50,000 Doge. So 200,000 Doge I bought last night. And I already had like 400,000 still. So that means a total of like 600,000 Doge now. I'll get back over a million Dogecoin again. It's a little bit of my dry powder arcade. A little bit. Shu, how are you? I talked about ADA earlier. You should have sold it a long time ago, but it's fallen off a table now. Cardano's done. Hoskinson is done. Help me. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about Cardano. Yeah, there's the magnet. You're right. There's the SWE magnet. It didn't work, did it? $4. It's like, nope. Bear market, baby. October 10th took care of that. Cardano. Dude, here's the Cardano chart. Cardano's at the lowest price now that it's been at since 2020. 2020 on Cardano. So you're selling at a loss. Maybe you can make it up on something else, but Cardano's not coming back. I mean, forget $2. It just not even $1. It's just not going to happen. Sorry, Wei. I'm sorry. But yeah. I mean, look at the selling going on now. This is the daily. Look at the last 3 days. People are getting out. They're getting out. So good luck. Put it in something where people actually do stuff. Because nobody's doing anything on Cardano. It's like Polkadot. Like nobody's doing anything on Polkadot. It's like, why are you buying this? It's Polkadot hit $1 last night. $1. You know the last time Polkadot was at $1? Never. Never. Polkadot has never been $1. It's an all-time low. It's not coming back. You're not going to see any of this craziness again with Polkadot. Look at this, $50. Polkadot actually hit $50 in 2021. Now it's just a falling knife at $1. Crazy. Craziness. But that's why we Doge. Still a top 10 cryptocurrency. Not going anywhere. DOT is dead. I think Cardano is too. I think so too. Someone asked about BCH. Where was that? Right there. Chadwick, how are you? Can I check out BCH? Sure. Let me get to the chart I typically use because there's all this other junk in here. Oh, come on. There. 247. Actually, Bitcoin Cash recovered better, but it dropped back here on Tuesday. Tuesday was the Bitcoin Cash drop. I mean, yeah, bear market stuff. We were at 463. May 10th, so just a month ago. In the last month, it's down 47%. So Bitcoin Cash will come back. So this is, again, this is one of those things. If you believe in this project and you think it's going to do well, you dollar cost average on the dips, on the wicks down. Could have got some at 232 here last night. And maybe you'll get lower prices throughout the summer. So yeah, Doge is surprisingly holding up. Surprisingly holding up. And we talked about this all through like March and April. Like every dip below 9 cents kept getting bought up. Every dip at 9 cents kept getting bought up. And that was just consistently all the way through February, March, April, until it went on a run finally up over 11 cents. So this dip down below 9 cents, I don't know if it's going to hold or not. I think it's going to get bought up. But a lot of it is going to depend on Bitcoin this time, because Bitcoin just fell off the table here itself. No V-shaped recovery for Bitcoin. It's just not happening. We're not getting that nice V-shaped recovery. The weakness in Bitcoin is keeping crypto down. That's what's happening. So the price gap between Bitcoin and Ethereum is huge. I think ETH will go up much. A lot of people have been looking at the ETH Bitcoin trading pair, which I used to have here. It's not on my chart. ETH BTC. Where is it? Yeah, I'll just type it in. I don't see it on my chart. ETH BTC. Actually, since May, it's gone up. In the past month, it's actually gone up. ETH has outperformed Bitcoin as well. So, but you zoom out more over time, and ETH is just not good versus Bitcoin. Not good. Not since ETH went on a run here in summer of 2025. Well, I'm sorry, no, that was Bitcoin. Yeah, ETH versus Bitcoin. ETH was going up. But since then, ETH has been weak versus Bitcoin. I wonder what the percentage that is. 35%. 35% difference. ETH down versus Bitcoin. Yeah. That's tough. No green hat. Not time to buy yet. It's a nice price under 9 cents. Under 8 would be better. But you don't know. You don't know if that's coming or not. Is Doge going up after the SpaceX IPO? I think the SpaceX IPO is going to suck the liquidity out of all the markets. Stocks are going to go down. SpaceX is going to go down. And crypto is going to go down next Friday. I'll be here. It's a Friday. I might even do a video that morning, and I'll just predict it. Not a good day. I'm not going to be doing swing trading of stocks next Friday. I'm not doing it. I think it's going to be a bad day. If it's indeed Friday, and we'll know by Monday for sure whether the SpaceX IPO will be Friday. Now, I've signed up for it on Robinhood to get 10 shares. So 10 shares at $135. So that's $1,350. I'm donating to be part of the SpaceX IPO. I probably won't get any. And if I do, it won't be 135. It'll be something higher. Almost guaranteed. And what the SpaceX price does from there, who knows? But I'm guessing it's going to go down. I mean, we saw the same thing happen with like Palantir, like a huge IPO, and it tanked. There's a number of other stocks as well that have done the same thing. IPOs generally aren't good, but this is Elon and SpaceX, and I'll just get 10 shares and I'll hold them for a long time. Because over time, like 10 years from now, those 10 shares are going to be worth a lot more than $135 each. But I don't think Doge is really going to be good. I'm topping off my Doge also, Johnny. You now have more Doge than you ever thought you would. Well, there you go, Jason. So let's see what happens next bull market, right? Rayon, how are you? I think something massive will happen to Doge soon. 2020, you can't compare it to 2021. 2021 was a weird year for Doge. All of those things, all the hype, all the Elon stuff. I don't think we're going to get that again. So, and it's guys like Trader Allen and others always use the fractals from 2021 and chart everything from 2021. And you can't. You can't. It was totally overbought and overhyped. So, FOMC around the corner. What's going to happen, Danny? The FOMC with Kevin Warsh. No more Chirpow. It's now Chir Warsh. He can't cut rates. There's no way he can cut rates. And it's not him. He's got to get the board of governors to vote on cutting rates. And that's not going to happen. So Johnny's currently topping off Doge, currently have 525,000. Yeah, I'm a little above that overall. And I'm just waiting for later in the summer now to buy some more. We need to wait for the Bitcoin dump to settle. Yeah. And I mean, it's settling right now here at 63.5. Again, no V-shaped recovery, but it didn't dump lower. It's just kind of going out sideways from here. Still a lot of trading. Volume is still up, but it's going sideways now. So we might start to see a settling here in the low 60s for a bit. We'll see. Will it rebound to 10 or 10.5? Liquidity grab? I don't think so. I know there's a lot of shorts, and they're going to get the late coming shorts. Right? There was some of this earlier today with Bitcoin coming up and taking out some of these late coming shorts. But the big shorts on Bitcoin have been around much longer. Let's look at the 2-week, for instance. So look at that. Look at all the shorts that have built up here. 75,000 to 78, 79,000. Huge shorts up here. And Bitcoin's just not going back up there. They're going to win. These guys are going to win. Now, when you go out to like the 3-month, zoom out even further, Does that get us to February? No. Doesn't get us to February. It shows us all the long liquidations that have been taken out, and there's a lot of those. No, we have to go back to February. So let's look at the 6 month. Yeah, it still doesn't show them down here. There's a few. I don't know if it lets you a year out. God. Yeah, you can't get the data because I know there's liquidation prices. Yeah, I'd have to upgrade to that. I can't do that. But yeah, there's some shorts up here, some big ones up to 69K, hundreds of millions of dollars up there. But who's going to buy all that Bitcoin to get it back up, to sweep that out? And then likewise, Doge will have shorts up here. Yeah, up to 10 cents. There's big time shorts up here. Yeah. I bought Bitcoin around 75K buy price, regretting so hard, just could have waited. Yeah. No regrets, though. It'll get back up there eventually. It's going to be a long wait, though. You didn't realize Cardano was so low. Yeah. Yeah. Just go on to X and look up Charles Hoskinson. You'll get his quote that he said. He's like, he doesn't even like his own team anymore. It's that bad. Nobody's building on Cardano. Are we near the yellow box? Which chart was that on? What no? It was on one of these other charts, Coinbase chart. What chart did I have it on? I thought it was that one or this one. I don't think I. What are the other ones I use? This one. No, that's my fractal. This has my fractal on this one. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Found it. Yellow box. I had it out here in July. But yeah, we're at that level. We're at the yellow box level. Yep. We're at the yellow box level. I should have put the top of the yellow box at 9 cents because that was my plan, was buying below 9 cents. You're welcome, Melvin. Yeah, I'm doing a Thursday live stream just because this was so crazy yesterday, what happened. But there you go. There's the yellow box. Yeah, you remember. Arcade, thank you. Yeah, we hit Kriss's buy zone. And I said I was going to buy some in June. I'm going to buy some in July, and I'm going to buy more in August. And I hit June. And my June buy was right there in green. My buys are always in green. My sales are in red. So green. Are we going to see Bitcoin below 50K? Don't know. So we can go to Bitcoin and we can turn on our moving averages, which I did in my video this morning. We can go to the weekly. We can say, okay, Bitcoin just touched the 200-week moving average, which is blue right here. And this is stuff Ben Cowan has been showing. So there's the 200-week moving average in blue, and Bitcoin touched it last night, right there. There are some who say Bitcoin needs to at least go down to the 300-week moving average in a bear market. And right now that's sitting at 53,800. So if Bitcoin stays above the 300-week moving average, it will not go below 50K. However, if you go back and you look at 2022, what do you see? The FTX crash, the bankruptcy, and then following FTX dump, Bitcoin dropped below the 300-week moving average, right there. So if we get some kind of black swan event between now and September, we could see Bitcoin drop below 50K. If there's some big black swan that I think is specifically attributed to crypto, because that's what FTX was. That was a crypto black swan, a big one. And that was after we had Luna and Voyager and Celsius and BlockFi, and then we had FTX. Was the final nail in the coffin for black swan events in 2022. That was a bad year, 2022. That was really bad. I mean, Bitcoin went down, 65, 66%. Yeah, that's bad. Actually, I have to go all the way to January, the beginning of the year, right? The total drop was like 68. So this year, the black swans are more like, I don't know, more economic tariff fears, U.S.-Iran war, and now this current pullback, which is this combination of this rotation out of crypto, going after AI and tech stocks, Michael Saylor, and selling some, that's this week's big thing. So yeah, so we have all that going on. I don't know about ETH, man. Yeah, I don't know about ETH either. Yep, some fucks. Thank you. Buying Dogecoin in the summer. Being patient. I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. And last night I couldn't wait anymore. I couldn't wait anymore. So I bought some Dogecoin last night. I just couldn't wait anymore. It was in my buy zone. I only have $2,000 left to my name. You don't need a new TV. I was going to buy on the dip. Might wait till Friday. It could be lower. Tomorrow's Friday. It's June 5th. That was the day I was targeting. But last night, it was just, as I said earlier on the stream, last night, the pinger was going off, the leverage, just huge liquidations. And I was like, this is one of those events where I need to be buying blood in the streets. And I was watching the Dogecoin price go down, 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 down. And so I bought. Buy the thing that might eventually make you money, not the one that you won't. Yes, Azrael, which is why I'm not buying Cardano and I'm not buying Polkadot. Because those are ones you won't. You might make a little, but yeah. Doug buying the sweet Doge dips. Doge dips, yes. Could we crab walk around 9 cents? Yes. That's what we did. February, March, April. We crab walked. but it's all summer long. So I don't know. Detroit City. We got to wait till the fall before we get a reset. Won't be full bull, but it'll be reset. That will start this fall. Will be reset. You grabbed about $400 in a Robinhood swing trade. I was swing trading stocks today, Broadcom, and I made off like a bandit. I made off like a bandit on Broadcom. I did very well. You're welcome for the live stream today. Extra special Thursday live stream. Thanks for everyone else joining in. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Kriss is here. I'm usually just Monday, Wednesday, and Friday through the bear market, but today just had a lot going on. So, yeah. Yes, Arcade, you told me to remind you. The memo. Yes, thank you. I just had to remember which chart it was. Can I check XLM? Sure. We'll take a look at what's going on with XLM. I said XLM was going to come back down, didn't I? And it did. Not quite all the way yet. Not quite all the way. It's still hanging up above 20 cents. It's still hanging up above 10 cents or 20 cents. So, and I said it was going to come back down into this like 15-cent range, right? So XLM's holding up. That's not bad. Not bad. So maybe we found a higher floor for XLM up above 20 cents. 20 cents could be the new floor, which would be awesome for XLM if it can hold it. So yeah, there's something to watch there. Will 20 cents be the new floor for XLM? We'll watch that. I was driving when Megal. Yeah, I sold my Megal. What's Megal doing now? $1.30. It was higher before, but right now it's $1.30. But it doesn't have the volume anymore. So if you're trying to sell a huge amount, the volume is really ticked down. There's just not much going on here for Megal. But yeah, an hour ago, I sold my Megal because we had the volume, we had the big volume going on then. If I scroll down, yeah, it was right at like 4:30, maybe 4:15. Yeah, that's when we had the volume. Wow, Megal went all the way down to $1.20. But I got $1.39 on my sale, aftermarket, $1.39. It did go up to $1.50, but here are my sales right in here, $1.39. Yeah, it got up to $1.48, $1.49, $1.50 right there. So somebody got some at $1.50. Oh, $1.52 even on some buys. So yeah. Juan, only one of those is dead. The other is not. Can you guess which one? Chat, guess which one? Which one of these is not dead? Just put it in the chat. Which one of these is not dead? Doge or ADA? You got $1.44 on your Megal sale? Yeah, I got $1.39. I'm okay with that. Correct answer. Ding, 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 ding. Correct answer. Doge. I mean, come on, Juan, really. What do you think? 8 is falling off the table. Dude, it's falling off the table. Look at that. ADA is falling off the table. That is the sign of a dead dog. Dogecoin's holding up. I was listening to you sell my goal screaming at the university. Sorry, just had to do it. Because otherwise you're stuck for a month. Again, another month. I'm going to buy back in low and then sell again high. Because Mega will come back down to like $1.10. It always does. Solana down to $20. Yeah, it'd be just like 2022 all over again, right? It actually went down below $10 briefly after that FTX crash. Solana, $10. I never imagined Solana and Sui would drop that much. And it could drop more. It could drop more. Hey, low rollers in the house. It's a special Thursday live stream in a bear market because we're trying to figure out where this market's going to go, because we were expecting, again, this sort of V-shaped recovery we would normally see, and we didn't get that. It was cut short, and we came back down. So we were trying to figure out why that is, and when are we going to recover? And there's too much weakness in Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin is just kind of bleeding out sideways. And we're not getting recovery. Bitcoin had to go back up to 67K to have its own V shape. And it didn't do that. You think Cardano's going to recover? Some Fox, I don't. Go look up Charles Hoskinson's latest comments. He's disgusted. What's your next buy for Doge? Right now, it's targeting July. Now, if there's another bigger dip that happens between now and the first week of July, where Doge goes down and starts, bouncing around in the low 8s or maybe even 7s, then I'll probably buy again. We got a long summer ahead of us. And typically, these long summers, we'll see the volume tick down. We'll see the interest, social sentiment, like all of that is just going to get worse. It's just going to tick down lower and lower. And you're just not going to get a good recovery out of that. So, I know, DB. It's Thursday. Had to do it, man. Had to do it. Is Michael Saylor buying Bitcoin now? That's a good question. He won't announce it until Sunday night, whether he bought some more back this week or not. If he did, and he bought 32 Bitcoin, that would be a nice swing trade, because he sold at 77,000 and you buy back in at 63K. That's a good swing trade. You make money on that deal. But the hit he's taking, particularly MicroStrategy stock, that's costing him big time. MicroStrategy stock, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch that right now. Ugh. I bought some Doge yesterday, and payday is tomorrow. Well, there you go, DB. There you go. You had to brag about the 200K buy, so I'm on. Maybe. Maybe. I always tell you guys what I do. And I told you I was going to be buying in early June. I did put a date out there as June 5th. But as I said last night, there was just too much action going on, and I didn't know if we would see a recovery. I thought we were going to get a V-shaped recovery out of this last night because this was a huge liquidation event. And I thought we'd come up higher and take out more shorts. I thought Bitcoin was going to come up and take out a lot of these late coming shorts. And it stopped. Bitcoin stopped and didn't continue up. So that surprised me. That surprised me. The WWE wrestler lift the curse. Nix is winning so far. The best crypto to invest in now. Solana, SWI, XRP, Ethereum, and Doge. I don't know about ETH, man. I don't know about ETH. I think ETH will do okay. But out of those, that's the one I wouldn't buy. If I'm looking for the best percentage returns from now, ETH is the one I wouldn't buy. Render. I have not looked at Render in a long time. I don't even remember what the price is. It's been a long time. $1.90. I don't even know what that means. Wow, Render's actually gone up this year. Year to date, Render is up 46%. Wow, I did not know that. I didn't know that. The February 5th dip came down to about $1.11, $1.12. And it's not anywhere near that. Render's kind of like the AI play, right? So this is one of those AI themed cryptos that's been doing well. Render. It had this big run early January, sold off to early February, and since then it's just been grinding back up. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, since the February dip, it's been grinding up. There's not many like that. There's not many like that, but this is one. Render. Thanks for asking. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. The chat is dead. Welcome to the bear market. Yep. Oh, you guys are here. Appreciate it. It's just not bull market when I have hundreds here. It's just not. It's like the sentiment is down. We'll get back there. Share, like the channel. Thank you. Is it safe to say when you see the blue cross under the yellow, longer moving averages, when it begins to curve back up and cross, it's what they call a golden cross? Okay, so the golden cross is only on the daily. Let's use Bitcoin as an example because we're getting close to it. Only on the daily, and it's the 50 and the 200. It's the 50 and the 200. I had the 300 on because I was looking at something else earlier in the stream. It's the 50 and 200. So it's this. So when the 50 crosses back above the 200, that will be a golden cross. And we're not there yet. We're close on Bitcoin. It's close. But that is a golden cross. And it was getting close until this dump. Now we had the death cross back here. November 15th, 2025, death cross. See that? The 50 dropped below the 200. So that was the death cross. If you didn't believe we were in a bear market by then you should have believed it. Because we were going down. Bear market. And this big extended bear flag was psyching out the 50-day moving average that it was getting close to a golden cross, and it didn't quite get there. And now it's going to head back. 50 is going to head back down. So that's the golden cross. It's only on the daily. Where's Doge right now? Doge is actually close to a golden cross too. Not too far away. But now Doge has dropped below the 50, so that's not going to happen for Doge either. And again, Dogecoin also had its death cross November 2025 as well, right there. So that's the story of death crosses and golden crosses. Year over year, think we'll ever see high prices again. It's one, this is typical bear market stuff. People get disillusioned, and you just got to hold on, and let's see where things are in 2028. It's a time. This is all about time, patience, and you can make a lot of money. The potential is to make a lot of money, but it takes time and patience to do it. Buying in the bear so you can enjoy the bull. I heard Michael Saylor buying Bitcoin again. Maybe somebody's watching the right wallets and seeing buys, but he won't announce it till Sunday night. I am in the red, but we'll still hold in DCA. I'm not ready to play the All Eyes on Doge song again. It's at the beginning if you want to hear it, but the whole concert thing, then now's not the time. Ask the 8-ball about the FOMC. It's going to be a big nothing burger. It's going to be the new Kevin Warsh, right, instead of Powell, but it's going to be a big nothing burger. I don't even have to ask the 8-ball. Big nothing burger. Will Doge rally up to 10 cents in June? It's never done it before. It's done some July rallies, but not June. June has been red for 9 years in a row. 9 years in a row. And there's no reason this year is going to be any different. Bitcoin down to 40K, Super Dave says. Maybe. We don't know how weak Bitcoin's going to get. Earlier in the stream, I showed you the Peter Schiff post back to me. He's calling for $20,000 Bitcoin. $20,000 Bitcoin. He's getting a lot of attention for it, that's for sure. But yeah, Peter and I, we traded posts back and forth this morning. Come on, Doge is going to go up with the SpaceX IPO. It'll be interesting to see whether Doge gets a little boost. It'll be interesting to see, Blake. Are we going to see a Dogecoin boost with the SpaceX IPO? I just think the day is not going to be good for assets. It's just going to suck the life out of stocks, crypto, like everything. Gold will go up. I don't know. Maybe people will sell gold to buy SpaceX. I don't know. I just don't think it's going to be a good day. I am not trading that day. I'm not counting on anything going up that day. If I was shorting, I'd be shorting. I don't short. I guess you could do puts, right? Or is it calls? I don't know. In stocks, I don't do that stuff. all the small guys will be buying Doge instead of SpaceX. Maybe we'll have a good Doge day. I'll be here. I'll be live. Do you bet on Dogecoin? Again, I put in with Robinhood to get 10 shares in the IPO of SpaceX. We'll see whether I get any or not. It's kind of a lottery. And Robinhood doesn't even know how many shares they will get. We'll see. Yeah, Robinhood added they added BAT, and they added a couple more that I don't even know what they are. And I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? There's bigger ones than that you should be adding. I don't get it. The bear market is more interesting. Good thought, Dennis. There's a lot more analysis. The bull market's easy, right? Price go up, green candles, right? So there's more analysis, I think, that goes on, but there's less population, there's less people around, there's less involvement, there's less, the social sentiment is bad, like everyone's gone. But it is kind of interesting. It is. So after the death cross, we waved 2 bear flags before getting close to crossing, hence another 2 waves down. Yeah, it gets close and then it fails. Bear market stuff again. Time, patience, panic resistance. It's funny. Every time they say in a bear market, crypto's dead. Yep. Oh, we've had it a lot already. Today was a good day for those. Jim Cramer's with them, and I'm just, hey, if Jim Cramer is saying it, boy, we are having a pullback right now. Doge's coming down, 874. We've got the pinger going off. H bar, big H bar liquidations going on right now. Near, hype, VVV, ZEC, Injective, all those ones that people were saying were all going up. They're all going down now. And people who have long leverage trades on near $226,000 gone. Leverage trading, don't do it. Easy. Hype, leverage trading. Look at them all that just got taken out. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Even Cardano, somebody doing a long leverage trade on Cardano, ADA, take it out. It's like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Is this the end of Joe? Jay, come on. It's just bear market stuff. Blood in the streets. This is the time to buy. Blood in the streets. Arcade still thinking 52K, the 300-week moving average. Chainlink, I see. So we looked at render. I have a link here. Link dropped below $8. Link is a slow mover typically, but man, it did fall off as well. It has not been good in the past month. Link has gone down 26% in the last month. Now, ICP rotated into AI, right? So they're kind of an AI play. Yeah, they were up. ICP was up. Yeah, this is when they rotated back here, and they got this big pump in November. I remember that. We were looking at this then. Came all the way back down. And it's just been going sideways since. Yeah, 269 was the bottom, 269 at all. It came all the way back, and that's what it is now. We even had a purple box drawn. ICP had a purple box. See that, some Fox? We had a purple box. Now, the October 10th liquidation event, ICP came down to $1.20. So ICP hasn't gone anywhere near that, where we've got some like Cardano, which are much lower. Boy, the pinger's going off big time right now. XRP, $1.15. Cardano is below 18 cents. It's just, man, you talk about a falling knife. Cardano. I hope Wei sold when I told him to. Because it's going down. Down, down, down. Cardano going down. The insane clown posse. Those guys were weird. Look at that. Cardano below 18 cents. It's just falling off the cliff. Bitcoin still above 63. Doge, though, 8.7. We're like right there. And this liquidations. Oh. Tons of liquidations. ZEC, Hype, Solana. ETH, bunch of ETHs just got taken out. Yeah, not good right now. I kind of agree in a weird way. The bear market is more interesting, less fun, but knowledge is power. Maybe that guy's going to wait until Solana drops to $20 to pay you. The blue guy, whatever his name was. I don't even remember anymore. He was so wrong. It'll never drop below 80. Yes, it will. And it did it in like 2 weeks. And now Solana's at 67. Our bet was through August that it wouldn't drop below 80. There's the 80 line right there in yellow. And it's at 67. He was so wrong. And then he blocked me because he didn't want to give me 2 Solana tokens. I bought $1 worth of Doge to satisfy my cravings of buying Doge. There you go. You're welcome, Blake. Yeah, I'm one of the few channels out there that gets to pretty much everybody in the chat. So come on back. Ask your questions. I don't mind. It's what we do here. We try and figure this crazy market out. That's what we try and do here. And it's more than just looking at what's happened in the past, because that's all like Ben Cowan does. It's all based on history. That's all he looks at. Well, it did this in 2022. It did this in 2018. Did this in 2014. Blah, 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 blah. Again and again, rinse and repeat. Where I cover the news, what's going on, right? I cover all of this because that's where you find out what's going on. It's a combination, and that's what I do. I'll start buying when the MA start to flatten out. I look for the big wicks down. That's the best time to buy. The big wicks. That's when I do my buying. Is there a Doge opportunity coming tonight? I think there was just a little bit of a flurry of activity, and Doge is starting to come back up right now. I don't know, though. I don't know if later tonight we're going to see something. Bitcoin touched 63, now back up to 63.4. But not a big flush. YouTuber Tech Lead leveraged high Bitcoin, bet the house. Hasn't posted a video in 8 months. Yeah, whatever happened to him? The Tech Lead. You know, before he started making crypto content, he was actually pretty cool. When he was actually doing Tech Lead stuff. His videos were very good. Those were fun. As soon as he got involved in crypto, it just went downhill. And every once in a while, he would throw in a Tech Lead type video and everybody would love it. And then he'd go back to crypto. Viewers are down, subs are down. Oh, well, I mean, that's how he lives his life, I guess. Robinhood stock has held up well. Yeah, I have that here. Don't I? Good. Look at that, 88 bucks. Yeah, after the big late May run, when it was down here from 73 to 93, pulled back to 83, now back up to 88. So yeah, if it had come back down here into the low 70s, that'd be a good buying opportunity, but it hasn't. It hasn't. So if you're a hood stockholder, it'll get back up over 100, but I'm still worried overall about the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ because they're just so high. And in midterm election years, during the summer, we have seen pullbacks in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, big pullbacks. So I'm a little worried. And that's why I've been de-risking a lot of my swing trading. So today was Broadcom. And I closed out of that before market close, which was good. It was 423. It's now trading 417 after market. So that was a good sell. I actually did 2 swing trades on this today on Broadcom. They had good earnings report, but the price tanked. And I was like, yeah, that's a good one. So I bought big into it. Sold. I didn't catch the top. I sold at like, what, 418? No, 421. 420, right in there. And it went up to like 426. So I didn't get the top, but I knew it was going to pull back, and it did. Bought back in and then sold before market close. So I did 2 swings. The VIX. The VIX has not gone up like I thought it would. Can we even get the VIX on this? I've never tried that before. Can we get the VIX? Yeah, market volatility index. Yeah, see, the VIX is not going up. I thought for sure we would see the VIX coming back up with all the uncertainty of the war and all of that, and it's just not. VIX is down to 15. March, we had it with the war going on. The VIX must just be believing everything that Trump says, and the war is not going to continue, and these ongoing negotiations week after week after week, and the VIX is staying low. Yeah, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Now I got the VIX on here. Good. That's worth looking at. Yeah, I'm out of Broadcom. Circle, I still own. I'm a little down on Circle right now. I got to wait for it to come back up to about 94, 95. So I'm a little down on that one. Everything else, good. Megal's back down to $1.21. I'll buy back in like $1.10. Megal. Stocks. It's just extra money waiting. Robinhood officially abolished the day trader monitoring and flagging. Yeah, I saw that. I got that notification. That came from the SEC, I guess. So now, yeah, you can day trade on Robinhood. You didn't be able to really used to do that. You sold half your hype and bought Doge. Yeah, I don't know if there's a Doge hype trading pair. Probably not, right? I don't think there's a Doge hype trading pair. So yeah, there's no. So you're not going to get any direct relationship on a chart. Doge versus hype. Hey, Mark, how are you? Big Wick Club, very small window to buy. Last night was it, though. And I was watching that wick go down on Doge. And that's when I made 4 buys. And it just went down and down and down, down and down and down and down. So that's where I bought last night. Aptera. I didn't even know what that is, Dave. Doesn't sound good, though. 11 for fear and greed. $12. Yesterday we were 11. We're now up to 12. Still extreme fear. Still extreme fear. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, definitely makes swing trading on Robinhood much easier. So you used to have to change your account to a cash account, but you'd have to wait for the funds to settle, which could take a day or two. Like if you sold $10,000 worth, you couldn't immediately buy if that's all the money you had, you couldn't immediately buy something else with that $10,000. You had to wait for the trade to settle, which took like a day or two. So you had to wait. So maybe I changed my account back to the other type, and you can immediately reuse that money. So. Oh, Aptera is a very cool car. You said what a dog, and I meant that like that was a bad thing. What the hell is this? Aptera, a solar electric vehicle. Never heard of it. 3 wheels, 2 seats. And just don't get in an accident in this, okay? Because you'll get crunched. That's different. Very different. It looks like the wind would just blow this right off the street. In Florida here, I wouldn't be driving this in a storm of any kind. You just blow it right off the street. Oh, I like my RAV4. I'm good. Plus, I get to load stuff in the back. You know, the RAV4 is good for. This has nothing. Ugh, Aptera. Thanks for sharing, though. Thanks for sharing. Doge is holding strong this dump. Indeed. A little worse than Bitcoin right now. But not as bad as like Cardano, which is again falling off a cliff. Down 9% now. Ugh. I'm selling more in the bull this time. Yeah, so Mark, I mean, we're going to start talking about that again in the fall. I'm not going to talk about it now. But in the fall, if indeed this whole market starts turning around, even though we're still years away from like what should be the next cycle highs, we'll start scouting them out and we'll do our, technical analysis, and we'll see what's going on in the news, and we'll chart out future possibilities and sell targets, sell price targets to take slices of profits. Like I said last time, slices of profits. The Batmobile might catch air. I think that one not for me. The Robinhood buy price for Doge is marked up always. It's always 0.001 higher. If you see 0.087 on the chart, you're going to pay 0.088 every time. It's always 0.001 higher. And then when you sell, and you want to sell for 087, you don't get 087. You get 086. It goes 0.001 the other way. That's their fee built in. It's their fee built in. Okay. And you just have to live with that. That's why you don't swing trade crypto on Robinhood. Because they have that 0.001 just built in. So you don't, you can't swing trade crypto. Stocks you can swing trade because you get the price. In the top 3 of car brands, that has the most fatalities. There are 2 US brands. Yeah, whatever that is, Aptera. God. Tesla. Tesla has the most fatalities? For his Dodge. I ride a bike these days. I ride my bike, but on bike riding days, I use my car when I actually need to like get somewhere and do things. I can ride a bike to the beach from here. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. All right, gang, that's what we got for today. Hey, thanks for stopping in. Special Thursday. I'll be live again tomorrow, Friday. See how the end of the week goes with trading and stocks and all that. We're a week away from SpaceX IPO. Is anybody else going to be in on the IPO? We'll be talking about that. See what else is going on in this crazy world of crypto. We're in a bear market, guys. But thanks for sticking around. Appreciate it. Give a like, subscribe always. Appreciate all of that as well. I hope everyone has a great evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.